Burns goes back to back.
G'day, Greg Murphy here, Putek Ambassador. Today I'm talking about safer driving, which is something Putek and I are extremely passionate about. With over 50 vehicles operating throughout New Zealand, Putek are committed to keeping their people and all other road users safer through greater driver education and awareness. Putek mobile service technicians are on the road 24/7, servicing their customers' hose and fittings requirements. And that's from the far north right down to the deep south of New Zealand. Putek are promoting a safe driving culture throughout their business, and this is something everyone should be thinking about.
This is some story right here. It's an absolute feast.
I've barely spoken. Your words have been so broken. I've been under your hypnosis. Why did I sip that potion? I'm so done with holy ghosting. My birth, it is an omen. Lay me down up in the ocean until you see no motion. Start at the bottom, already forgot it, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd, but still I just look around. No, you with me now, where you with me now?
I train to play.
And Sunnyville does it again.
The collisions, the big hits, I love it.
My teammates want me by their side, not on the sideline.
If I get injured, I can't play.
I want to play every game.
Welcome back to our second live stream game of the day. We have some under 16 Pool B action. If you missed the first game of Pool B was Akarana winning 36 points to 4 over Auckland. And this is our second Pool B action. In the under 16s Pool A, we had Counties victorious 50 points to 0 over Upper Central Zone. South Island 32 points to 8 over Northland as well. And we've got some under 18s action going on now, some very tight matches, but here we are, Mid-Central, get us underway for the second game of today. Straight and hard, no sidestep there. It's the number 22, Suniula. Off to the 11. That's for Puliai. Puliai almost up to halfway on two. Got the first penalty as well, foot in the ruck. Paeti, just like he's got the number 8 on, but he's playing dummy half. So they're trying to confuse the commentator already, which is good. The sun is out here, beautiful day. Puketawhero Park. So we're about 35 out. And there we have it, Kawiti on the wing, the number 9. Kaeti Paeti. Off to Siniula, who started the match with a big carry. No sidestep needed. And it looks like they got a pattern going. Oh, Puketawhero was ready for the carry next. Referee ruled a knock on in to play the ball, so after some strong carries from Wellington. Wellington are coming back up in league as we saw their women's last week. Oh, their girls, sorry, under 16s just go down in the final, but were very impressive throughout the tournament. And so far today, as the under 18s are playing, they're looking good, and impressive start for the under 16 boys. But here we go off the back of the scrum. Blackburn Kingy, Dallas Blackburn Kingy. Mid-central playing fast. Fast feet on the ground. The ball sing on play too is number 7, Crosswell, Ryder Crosswell. We saw him in the nines earlier in the year. He looks like he's doing the directing around. Tyrese Tane off to the left, sideline to sideline stuff. Kopua. They're up over halfway now. That's the number 10, Ka. Crosswell, Ryder Crosswell looked like he was the one in the... Yes, there's a knock on the last play. He had his kick in his head ready before he even had the ball in his hands. So both sides opening up with the error in their respective sets, but Wellington a bit bunched. And why not? Big carry to start the set. It's number 10, Matuariki. Matuariki with the carry to the 4. Kelly Perez up over halfway. Finally see some ball movement out of him. Nice at the line. Gone short but knocked on. Putting a bit of pressure on the number 3, Tui. I didn't mind the line. Just got to catch that ball, go to ground with it. So we've had 3 sets and 3 errors so far. He's going to be the first team to complete a set and get their tournament rolling. So we know a lot of these boys haven't played rugby league in a couple of months. So I expect them to get better as the game goes on and the tournament grows longer. Right across well. The show and go off his left, taking him on himself. Tane swings around from the scrum, drops the 4 back under in Shaft. And it's a loose carry, the referee rules. For Avai, off to Fapuliai. The play to watch, I've been told, very impressive. Good leg speed. And another error. So not too enjoyable for the whānau around the grounds at the moment. All the viewers have seen some NRL scouts here as well through the Sharks and the Bulldogs. They wouldn't be liking what they see just yet. So who's going to be that first team to complete and really put the pressure on? Off the back of the scrum. Jones, Richard Jones. No. Blackburn Kingy, shall I say, once again, as he was before off the back. Just to play it again. Got a 4-on-3 on that right side where they take it right across, or just drops them off. Rimini. Marino Rimini. Right across well. Tane. Oh, the looping pass. It's touched by Wellington. Yes, 6 to go. And that's the number 5, Archong. Desmond Archong brings it back at speed. And here they go. Josiah Simons, his first little dart of this half. That's the number 8, Wirihana. With the offload. Second phase, that's what we like to see. Kapua chancing their arm a bit. Need the boys around him. Rosswell. Off to Blackburn Kingy, Dallas Blackburn Kingy. Which goes into the line fast. Right across Will. There he goes again to the short side. Made to stay and get the offload away. Go back through the middle for Blackburn Kingy, it looks like. And he drops off the 10 in car. Boston car. Tane to the left, Crosswell to the right. They go to the fullback Kapua. And just the kick. They're still alive. And we are out to the 20, it looks like. So it was left by the Orcas. I thought from my angle it was a bit too long, but they've got the ball and slowly the Orcas are moving to the tap. But we take it, and look at that. Straight up over the 20. Freeber decides to take the tackle. Wingers get in to do some work. That's Haere Kawiti. Kawiti with the ball. Plays it back. Sean Felice. Still remaining on that left side. Not too much shape amongst the Wellington Orcas as of yet. Just looking to take the big carries, get on the front foot, go back to Fa'avai. That's set to Fa'avai. Find some space, and the ball remains in with the bounce. Oh. Kawiti just couldn't grab the ball. It's a funny thing, the rugby league boys. You never let the ball bounce. You never know what it's going to do, and just there, so we thought it was going to go out, and the full remains in. Just could not grab it. Kawiti are here on the sideline. So mid-central Vipers with the ball. Got to a completed set before almost a try. Desmond Chong, the tough carry. Crosswell looking to shift it to the right-hand side. Just open the field up a bit. There's three there in defence from Wellington. As you can see, the defence on the right, retreating and not too many numbers. Oh, the pull behind Crosswell. He had them there as well. There's only three defenders for the Wellington Orcas on the short side. Went to hit the ball at pace, and Josiah Simons. As I said, the wind's picked up, but you want that service out in front. And Wellington can open scoring here. Full set of 6 inside the 20. Wellington have been simple with their attack so far, just straight through the middle. Va'atui, the first off carry. Sila Fa'avai. Well, that's Setu Fa'avai. Sila Fa'avai is here organising some plays to the right-hand side. We've got the 7, JD Burns, but there it goes for Pauliai. Says, give me the ball. JD Burns with the options. Just a bit flat on attack, the Orcas are. He takes the tackle. Still onto the left, they can get it there. They go back to the right. Through Va'avai, great pick up around the ankles. It's the 13, Richard Jones. Oh! Hard shot. Over the horizontal, and that's Richard Jones there, he's up, which is a good sign. Another set of 6 for the Orcas. Looks like they're going straight through. Metoriki. Oh, Richard Jones takes it himself. They're just asleep, the mid-central Vipers. Did not move up off their line at all. Richard Jones, great vision. Saw they were back talking amongst themselves. Asked the question to the referee, can I tap it? He said yes, and he gets across for the first 4-pointer. Richard Jones opens the scoring for the Wellington Vikers. The Wellington Orcas. Get that right, mate. JD Burns with the tough ass from the sideline. Mid-central look like they got a lot more shape, a lot more cohesion. It's just the balls aren't out in front from the dummy half. Just the execution's not on, whereas Wellington just tough carries, trying to play that power game. Oh, looks good. Just to the right. JD Burns unsuccessful. So the score remains 4-0 to the Wellington Orcas. These two teams in Pool B with Akarana, who we saw before beat Auckland. Akarana looking very impressive. So we're here all week for the National Youth Tournament. Mid-Central get us underway. Siniola again, look at that. Doesn't need a sidestep when you can run hard like that. Malakai, Siniola for Puliai. As before, takes the second carry. Always like to run after the big boys, you know, people on the ground. Fa'avai drops under the 10. Mituariki. And now up over the halfway, play 3. Solomona in there to do some work. He's got the ball in 2 hands, but takes it himself. Arm free. That power game is working for them. Fa'avai off to the 7 in Burns, and they shift it to the left. Last tackle. Who's their kicker? Burns is at dummy half. They go to the short side, decide to run it. Maybe the wrong option. I think the 6, Sila Fa'avai, had his hand up, wanting the ball on the last for a crossfield kick, but saw something we couldn't from over here, and Mid-Central looked to work it out off their own line. Oh, sorry, off their own half. It's the number 2, Quinn Adams. They're simplifying it now, looking to complete a set. The number 3, and they're playing on Crosswell. Radcliffe decided to toss it out. Need to calm down Mid-Central. Tyrese Tane off to the 13 in Blackburn Kingy. He's been getting through his work. He's got the offload, he holds it. Tyrese Tane to the left, sweeps around. They've got numbers there. And that's held there by the 11. Shea Uri Erehi. Crosswell trying to find some space. Has he found the grass? He has. Oh, just could not be brought in by Quinn Adams. Found some space originally. Saw already today what the rugby league ball can do when it bounces. Bounced in favour of Mid-Central Vipers, just couldn't bring it in. Nonetheless, it was a completion towards the end of the set, although they got to a kick anyway. You hear the cheering on the other fields. Some very tight under 18 fixtures. Back there's Solomona. No, it's Jean-Felice. Oh, another error. Elijah Solomona. Shows how important it is from the dummy half just to get the ball out in front of the ball carriers. Mid-Central Vipers. Mentioned before, they don't look too bad in attack where they have their shape, they have their depth. Right across row on Tyrese Tane. Know what they want from their players. They have a chance here to tie the game. Blackburn Kingy once again off the back of the scrum, and it's as simple as that. Will he get there? Oh, he's ruled into touch. Desmond Chong disputing with the ref, but I do believe his feet did get into touch before he placed the ball down. Blackburn Kingy, almost every scrum so far, he's taken it off the back with the carry. This time he goes the blind side, and Chong just couldn't get the ball down before his feet went into touch. That's the number 23 onto the field, Kalolo. For Pulei, that second carry. It's a sort of a theme to the Wellington Orcas, isn't there? Dropped under. And Burns shifts it wide, fighting with the touchline, and look at the Vipers across there in defence. Quinn Adams up and under the Wellington Orcas attackers. And Sean Felice got the ball after his carry before. Into touch at halfway, mid-central. They got to start using these chances. Kempa Kopua. Back to where they played the first one. Right across Will. See space out to the left. Urierahi playing the ball. Still there on the left. They take it. No, they go back to the right through Tane. Oh, big contact coming through. Moritz Raymond. Off to the right. Rimini right across well. They got 7 and 6 combination to the left. If they take it, they do. Blackburn Kingy, that man there again. Uri. Oh, they pass. Off to the 4 and Schaff. The referees have ruled a knock on over there to the left. Shea Uri Erehi. Might have been that offload that went to ground, but the referees ruled as a knock on. So Wellington once again survive. Mid-central just not completing their sets, getting to the end. Burns, oh, he thought about throwing the long one. Ends up taking it. Defense line speed coming up through mid-central, but now they're retreating. Fa'avai takes it himself. Ooh. One-on-one steal right across Will. Fa'avai looks to have been a bit injured in that tackle, landed awkwardly. Rimini, the 12. Here's Blackburn Kingy again. Doesn't mind getting his hand on the ball, and they just use him as a decoy. Just standing still to the left. Schaff. Richard Schaff has the ball. Get some depth in their attack. Mid-central. Ooh. Play on. Kapua goes to ground with it. Not many metres gained in this set, just going left and right. Nice little kick and chase. It's brought down. Who's that? Rimini. And he gets the offload away, but it goes to ground and the Orcas survive. They got back there. It was a good option by Crosswell. The chasers were there. Through trying to get the offload, the Orcas survive, and the try scorer, Richard Jones, brings it out of his own end with some pace. That's the number 10, Matoriki. Kalolo, Noah Kalolo. They carry close to halfway. Paiti, who's there to Burns? Decides to go back off his right foot. It's a spiral bomb, sun in the eyes, and knocked backwards by Kapua. Oh, the dancing feet. He goes around him, finds some space too. Does he stay in? He does. Oh, knock on in the play the ball. The coach killer, play one. Desmond R. Chong. A little bobble in the play the ball, and Wellington looked to wrestle back momentum. Burns can link up with Va'atui out there on the left. Could be damaging off the scrum as we see Elijah Solomona might just be coming around just for a one-up hit-up. Got two players on the short side, Richard Jones and the 9 Kawiti. They go to the open, just a simple play in Solomona, but a nice little tip on. Burns, and you get the arm free. It's the outside men. Tackled, and that's the 3 Tui. Tui. Goalofa just on the field. There's space there. No one at home in the markers. Take them on. He doesn't. He offloads. That's back to the 10 Matuariki. And knock on. Really thought Paitsi had a chance to. There's no markers at home. 5 metres out. Thought he would have taken the opportunity. But I suppose when you got Nico Matuariki, who's been so strong with the ball that close to the line, might give him a chance. And trying to offload though, they've knocked on and very mistake-riddled half. Vipers through Kapua. Nice little held pass. And they've gone to kick on play one out of their own end. Joseph Ratcliffe. So, yeah, I'm not... Well, yeah, okay, he's just caught me a bit off guard there, the kick on play one. Let's go Alofa. Here he is, Metoriki. Anyone deserves one, it's him. They go, there's that Fa'avai held. Burns looks to go, held, and knock on. No, knock on, he still held it. They keep going through there. As they look to go wide, they got no numbers out here. As Solomona takes it. And it's play on. And Fa'avai gets it over. As they say, play the referee's whistle. Ball looked to bobble out of both hands, but it did go backwards by Wellington. Right call by the referee. And Sila Fa'avai takes the score out to 8-0 Wellington. Still have to go back to Joseph Ratcliffe kicking it on the first, if that was his play. Just a bit unsure about that, especially on play one, but Wellington counter with a try. Elijah Solomona proving very hard to put down. You would say Burns, Jade Burns, would make this a 10-point margin. Must have got the word that it's almost half time as he's taken his time to convert as he does, and it is 10-0 to Wellington Orcas. So not too long to go in the first half. It's number 10 Boston Cart being taken from the field for the Mid-Central Vipers.
Right off the kick-off, Noah, let's go! Rinse it here, rinse it!
Low and hard from Crosswell, aiming for the post. Big carry. No one in this team knows how to sidestep. Kalolo, Noah Kalolo with the carry. They get it down, and there's our man for Puliai. For Puliai with the second carry again, and it's impressive. Up to their 40. Metuareki Does he rest this bloke? 1 or 2 every set, and look at it. Another 20-metre carry. Niko Mitariki. Now they're playing fast, playing on the advantage line, trying to really push the pace. Va'avai, the show and go. That's the 14 set to Va'avai. His brother, or guessing Sela Va'avai, is there. JD Burns, kick back. Oh, ricocheted. Kalolo, is he held up? He is on the last tackle. JD Burns comes around for a kick on the last with his chasers chasing through and ricochets into Kalolo, but he was unable to get it down in the end. And Mid-Central Vipers, as time's ticking, lose the ball on play 1. Will the referee rule dropout or a scrum? It is a dropout. So Wellington Orcas looking to extend the lead. What about the line speed? Oh, the short 10. Off guard, Solomona was well aware to that. And he fends 1 and 2. Very smart from Elijah Solomona. Saved his team there. Richard Jones, the first try scorer. As he always does, brings it at pace. And they got for Puliai. Off to the left. Take it himself, he does. Mid-Central swarming in defence. They've got... Oh, he's got it down. There was 5 people there. Never give up attitude. Look at that. Semurana for Puliai. Extends the lead out to 14 points to 0. Wellington Orcas, so from what most of the first half looked like it was just going to remain a 4-0 scoreline with both sides coughing up the ball. Wellington have really taken their chance the last couple and started rolling, picked the pace of the game up, which is good to see. Now it's 14 points to 0. Wellington with a kick to come. Oh, just sneaks it into the left post. And that brings the score out to 16 points to 0. Wellington Orcas, so they've gone back bang bang straight away in the last 2 sets. Wellington looked like it was going to stay at 4-0 for the majority of the game. Wellington taking control though. Noah Kalolo back. We've already seen a couple of strong carries off the back fence from this Orcas side. Mid-Central want to turn the game. It's going to be through their defence, and it starts here because we know Kalolo's got no sidestep. He's going straight through them. Fa'avai, recipient of the ball. Kalolo. There he is. Once again, finds his front as they try to wrestle him back. Leaves one on the ground again for Puliai. Carry 2. I keep repeating myself and it keeps happening as last play. Plays the ball? No. Referee has said half time, and that's our first half done. A lot of mistakes in it, but towards the end, Wellington really started to stamp their dominance and they lead the first half 16 points to 0. We'll be back shortly with the second.
Aware of the threat, you better believe it, because here they come. Here come the black jerseys.
Kiwi's looking expensive, and now Dylan Brown. Up on the left side again.
Here's another try, and the Kiwi Birds go back to back.
G'day, Greg Murphy here, Putek Ambassador. Today I'm talking about safer driving, which is something Putek and I are extremely passionate about. With over 50 vehicles operating throughout New Zealand, Putek are committed to keeping their people and all other road users safer through greater driver education and awareness. Putek mobile service technicians are on the road 24/7, servicing their customers' hose and fittings requirements. And that's from the far north right down to the deep south of New Zealand. Putek are promoting a safe driving culture throughout their business, and this is something everyone should be thinking about.
This is some story right here. It's glorious. It's an absolute feast.
I've barely spoken. Your words have been so broken. I've been under your hypnosis. Why did I sip that potion? I'm so done with holy ghosting. My birth, it is an omen. Lay me down up in the ocean until you see no motion. Start at the bottom, already forgot it, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd, but still I just look around. Know you with me now, where you with me now?
I train to play.
And Sunnyville does it again.
The collisions, the big hits, I love it.
My teammates want me by their side, not on the sideline.
If I get injured, I can't play.
I want to play every game. The game doesn't...
Welcome back for the second half. Wellington to kick off. We'll go quick around the grounds of Blake Ashford. The under-18s, Akarana, after being tied of mid-central majority of the game, 8-all. Akarana now lead 26 points to 8 and unsure of the Wellington-Auckland game, but it is very close in that sense of the score. Pool B, which is the pool we're watching here in the under-16s. Akarana first game victorious, 36 points to 4 over Auckland. We're back here for second half action. Mid-central, the first chance to really set it right. There we go through the hand. Just simple, just getting out of territory, just trying to complete this first one. See for Wellington, Richard Jones back at fullback. Driven back with a swarming defence by Wellington. Crosswell off to Blackburn Kingy, who's been impressive for a beaten side so far. Standing in there. And the penalty. Blackburn Kingy, as I said, he's trying to put his hand up. I think if the attack's going to come through somewhere, it will be him. You see the kicker, Crosswell and Tane, the halves, directing them around, but Blackburn Kingy's the one. Does he find touch? He does. Into the half of Wellington, and they need to score first. Really make a game of it. That's Wirihana. Wirihana with the first carry. Good meters too, 15-metre carry. Blackburn Kingy with the ball. Off his left. Standing in it, gets put down. They got Tane to the left. The runners are just too flat. They need some depth. But he gets the offload away. It goes to the 5 Chong. He offloads then. Offloads to the 14 in Bridgman. Kapua, just a 1-out run. Trying to bust the big men of the middle through Wellington. Crosswell to the right. Bridgman decides to go himself and gets there. That's how you start the second half. He had his halves who have been touching the ball a lot on the left and the right. Bridgman, who's been brought on for Josiah Simons. And he's made an immediate impact in the second half. Backing up in support, and that time, too strong that close to the line, and Mid-Central needed that first try, and they do so. 16 points to 4. Good little hit back. Cade Bridgman. Crosswell converts and takes it to 16 points to 6, a 10-point game. So you hear the noise coming from the other fields. It's the Auckland Vulcans versus Wellington Orcas under 18s. A very close matchup, some big hits too. But on here, this game's, it's turned into a game. 16 points to 6. Sean Felice will get us away here. Offside off the kickoff. You could see it. Alalofa, I believe it was, the referee pointed to, and at least 1 metre in front of the kickoff. Referees might let it go once or twice if they miss it, but when it's as blatant as that, good call. Crosswell to find touch. They got the wind at their backs now. 30 metres out, they'll start the set. There he is, starting to set Wirihana. Crosswell off to the 15, and Hemara, Watini Hemara. Blackburn Kingy, no, goes straight to Tane. It's off to the 11, Udi Erehi. Udi Erehi will play a 10 out. Kapua once again goes himself. They switched onto that Wellington. They need to get some depth, the Vipers. Bridgman, will he get no? 6 to 7. Just too flat, but Crosswell decides to take it himself. Last tackle. Blackburn Kingy. Gonna run himself. That close to the line, puts the kick in himself. Oh no, knocked on. Just hit in the cover defence by the number 2, Sean Felice. Blackburn Kingy. Very close. I thought he'd regathered and scored. Desperation tackle by Sean Felice. They try to work it out. That's through the number 9, Kawiti. Outside backs get in to do some work. Elijah Solomona take it off their big forwards who had to open up the first 5 minutes just defending. Richard Jones in there and busts through. Gets them up over the 50. 7 tackle set. Fa'avai just hits the lead runner, Sola. Xavier Sola. Still pumping those legs. The numbers on the left here. JD Burns. JD Burns takes them. And the intercept, Crosswell read it. The chasers are coming. Crosswell looking to go under the post. Richard Jones is chasing, he's getting close. Crosswell, well read. They were done for numbers to the left. JD Burns had his options. I believe it was a 5-on-3, and Crosswell read his opposition number 7 like a book. Comes in for the comes in for the interception and takes it to 16 points to 10 with the kick to come. Really a game of two halves so far. Did say at the start, Mid-Central, they can just compete and go set for set. They look like they got some footy in them and some points. Crossfield the easy conversion takes us out 16 points to 12. Plenty of time remaining, but there's been about 8 minutes in this second half and the Orcas have had one set with the ball, so just continuously defending, and the Vipers are starting to take advantage of it. Wellington definitely the bigger side. Good kickoff, Felici. The carry back at pace, have a look, beautiful. Don't worry about any self-care, Rimini. So we go to the left, that's Archong. Up to meet him is for Pruliai. Kopua, who's getting through his work now. The longer the game goes on, the more impressive he is. Kopua still going there. Rimini again, as you can hear the cheers in the back. I think Auckland Vulcans have snatched victory in the last play of the game over the Orcas in the 18s. Crosswell, chip and chase there, but Richard Jones up to it. He's been putting a couple of those little deft kicks in, Crosswell, and that time Richard Jones was flat. JD Burns coming to take some work off his big men, as he knows they've been defending this whole half, and does a good job too. Throwing people off till he gets thrown down himself by the 10. Ka'a. Tui. La'a Tui. Sola looking to take another hit. Big carry in the Blackburn Kingy, and Sola takes him down. 30 metres out from the Vipers try line. They go to the right. Fa'avai gets through, but knock on in the end, and it's play on to the Vipers. Ka'a. Boston Carr. Telling the wingers to come in for some work. Urierahi manages to stay in. Could be the number 15 onto the field. Watani Hemara. Kapua once again, the fullback, coming in to do some work. All out here to the right. They can get it there. There's Crosswell, just a bit flat. Blackburn Kingy, but nice ball movement. And they've got the hands. Ratcliffe drops Archong under. That's not Archong, Adam, sorry. And he's still going. He can't get it free. Blackburn Kingy decides to go himself down the short side. Last tackle. Crosswell there at halves. Oh, straight into Richard Jones, who once again diffuses the situation. JD Burns with another carry. Really coming to help the outside men of Wellington. There's the number 9, Kawiti. Turned into a bit of an arm wrestle here. The last couple of sets, a bit of a grind. Said they haven't played in a couple of months, so fatigue factor will be here. Another strong carry from the Orcas men. They get to the end of their set here. Whaavai. That's the number 6. That is Sila Whaavai. But it's knocked on knocked on both ways. First knock on by the Wellington Orcas chasers. They got down there, unable to bring it in, and the Mid-Central Vipers will have the ball. Simple play the ball. Let's get underway. The rest trying to move the game. Boys want a scrum. The sun's out, the wind's died. It's getting a bit hot. Ratcliffe with the first carry. Look at the defence. Sola. Werihana. Going nowhere the first two. Kapua there with another carry. Oh, he's always beating the first. Look, twinkle toes, there he is. Look at the feet. Crosswell the ball off his right foot. Kapua again. Need to get rolling. They need the big men to go forward. Very stale set at the moment. Crosswell over to Tane. Another loop pass. There we go. They've shifted the ball out. And he's through. Who is it? Watene. No, it's Nui. Trayvon Nui. Number 16. And fifth tackle. What looked like a stale set. Not doing much. Now they've got a chance to attack and kick. And well diffused there. Tuiane. Goa Lofa. Looked like nothing, and the last play was much like the rest of the set. Sola with a big carry out of his back end. The next mistake, the next line break is very crucial for Puliai. Shrugs off one, still going. That's a good carry. That's how you get your team out of trouble. Suniola. They need a big kick here from Burns, JD Burns. Just goes up in the air, off the, oh, Kapua, great hands, and the goose step. They need a couple big, strong carries here, the Mid-Central Vipers. And that's through the number 4, Schaaf, and what a carry it is. Where's the rest of his team? They need to get rolling. The other centre, Ratcliffe. Carry 1, carry 2, and they're already in attacking field position. 30 metres out. Tane takes the ball. He has the 17 in Raymond. Still going, tackle back. I see him set shape. Tane to the left, Blackburn Kingi's next to him. I dare say that's where it's going, and it does. Blackburn Kingi the ball in 2 hands. Udierahi tackled, and Blackburn Kingi off dummy half. Gets low and gets across. Ties us up at 16 all. 16 points. All we have it as Blackburn Kingi, that man. Didn't need anyone else there. He went to the left, Tane found him. He offered a short ball to Shea Udierahi. And then off that quick play the ball. The leg speed that Blackburn Kingi has. Wow, Dallas Blackburn Kingi ties us up with Crosswell to convert. And if you are just joining us, Wellington Orcas led 16-0 at half-time. Looked like a bit of a one-sided affair. This second half, it's been all Mid-Central Vipers. Crosswell does that. 18-16, so 18 unanswered points in this second half, and the Mid-Central Vipers are asking the Orcas if they've got anything left in the tank, because Mid-Central, the heads are up, they're rolling. Couple of high fives, the comms are good. Wellington Orcas slowly back to halfway. For me, for Wellington, I really think the 7, JD Burns, is going to have to start taking control off the back of their big forwards with their big head-ups. But first job, stayed onside just. First job, stop Mid-Central Vipers, as you see off the back, Remani. What a carry up over the 20. Back to back, that's Raymond. Wow, that's how you change the game through your defense. The 10, Metuariki. The 14, who's on a dummy half. Bridgman, who we saw score, spark the comeback. Cade Bridgman gets through. Tane to the left. Puts an early kick in. Freeze chasers are there. They can bring it in, and they can. Oh, he's off the left. His foot's into touch. Josiah Simon, the 9 on his back. Josiah Simons has been placed on the wing, and what a kick it was from Tane. 4th tackle kick, fullback centre field. They had the bounce, and just as he's gone to step off his left foot, Josiah Simons has put a foot into touch. Walkers survived that. That would have been heartbreaking to go out 22-16 if it was a try. Walkers just flat, one line, hands on hips. Who's going to put their hand up? Siniola, who's done all game. Is that again? Metuariki's back on the field now. Big minutes first half. But here he is with the ball and does what he does best. 20-metre carry. Gets the arm free. Here they go. They're rolling now. Ball in 2 hands. The show and go is through the 4. Kelly Perez. Oh, they have numbers on the left if they can get it. Metuariki with his second carry in the set. They need to look up. Kelly Perez to the left. JD Burns to call this ball, but goes to Fa'avai. Still numbers to the left if JD Burns can get it. He does get it. Decides to go back through the middle. Wasn't high, wasn't low. But it's diffused there by the 16 in Nui. Trayvon Nui from the Vipers. And apart from a couple of good carries from Metuariki, need something else there, the Orcas. But this is how they change it. They're all bunched. The Vipers. And it was a knock on. That's what they needed. A knock on from Tyrese Tane, dummy half. Well, we've got 5 minutes on our clock remaining. Don't know what the official timekeepers are, but 5 minutes to go. 2 points in it. Wellington haven't scored this second half, so 16-0 they led that half time. Oh, for Puliai, off the scrum. This is going to be tucked under the arm. And it is. He goes straight across, Will. Look at that carry. It's just short. JD Burns, a dummy half. Metuariki. Tuariki 5 there. He's got it down, has he? No, held up. Gee, 5 people to stop Nico Metuariki. Haiti, a dummy half. Who's he hitting for? Puliai's to the right, but they are both flat. They go to the 4. Kelly Perez, just some one-out stuff. Will it get him across the line? He's still going. He gets it down. Wow. Jeremy Kelly Perez. So Wellington with not much set up. Just a simple one-off carry. Just the power game, as we said, they're playing all game. Gets them back in the lead, and Wellington Orcas lead 20-18, under 5 to go. Two completely different games we've seen. We've seen the Vipers shift the ball a lot. play sideline to sideline, where the Orcas have just used their power game through the likes of Apulia and Metuariki. And even that time, there wasn't much ball movement, but Jeremy Kelly Perez just tucked it under his arm, and 4 people were there to stop him, and they couldn't do so. So JD Burns has a chance to make it a 4-point game. And he does so. JD Burns, 4-point lead. Wellington Orcas have really maybe only had 4, possibly the most 5 sets in this half. So they've done well to fight back there after letting in 18 unanswered to Mid-Central. But now they put the pressure back on Mid-Central, Wellington do. The coach realised that, put Metuariki back on the field, strengthen their middle. Must complete this set, Wellington. Mid-Central will be rushing in defence. Kapua to Fa'avai, goes backwards. Siniula. Suniula with the carry. Football goes back to the right. Nice little dart. Hasn't done too many of these today, Paeti. Paeti now for Puliai. Paeti off to Metuariki. Look at that. Always making it 20 metres plus. Still pumping the legs. Gets him into great field position. JD Burns us, simple drop-off play. Kelly Perez, the try scorer, still going. Last tackle, 10 metres out. Repeat set from the coach, it's called. JD Burns, they got numbers too. They keep, the pass. Held up on the last tackle. It was the right option by JD Burns. They had 3-on-2. Va'atui usually very big, very strong, getting across, but was unable to do so. Mid-Central survive, 4 points down. 40 seconds to go by our clock. Need to get to the other end. It's been a lot tougher for Mid-Central this game, getting to the other end. But that's how you do it, carries like that. Richard Schaaf with the carry. No one putting their hand up to carry. 14, Cade Bridgman. Here's the man, Blackburn Kingy. He'll have a carry, and look at the line speed. Look at the leg speed, shall I say. Great tackle, though. A second effort allowed. Crosswell. Off to the 10 in Boston Cart. Last tackle, do they try something? Clock winding. Do they try something? They go up high. Put the pressure back on Richard Jones at the back. Let's it bounce. It's any. They had it in their hands, the Mid-Central Vipers. That could be the difference. That play right there. Wellington out of their own end. Crosswell rushing up as the number 7 to try and change it. I keep looking over to see if they're going to grab the hooter. Crosswell, double up tackle. Goes for 3 and does so. Really trying for his team. Get on the front foot. Get some field position. Sinulua with the carry. The clock's winding. Might have 1 or 2 plays. JD Burns with the kick. Straight to Kapua as the crowd's gathered here. They're straight away to Josiah Simons with 9 on his back. Penalty. Have good field position. They can get it down there. They got to get a move on. Does he find touch? He does. Good. definitely be looking for Blackburn with a bit of shape. Maybe turn him under would be the play. With his fast feet, going back against the big men of Wellington. But that's the 16, Trayvon Nui, to play the ball. They go the short side, Bridgman to Josiah Simons, and he gets it there. The replacement hooker to the hooker who's on the wing, and they tie the game, 22 points to all. 22-22, we have a tied ball game. Josiah Simons replaced by Cade Bridgman. Cade Bridgman also that man who sparked a comeback with his try. Sees an opportunity down the short side. Just the speed of Josiah Simons, number 9 on his back. Come back on the wing. And his best impersonation of Ronaldo Mulatalo with that try in the corner, that leaping try. So we see a lot of NRL scouts out here today and a lot of player agents looking for the next superstars. To dream of as a kid, isn't it? 28 metres back, right on the touchline, to take the lead in the opening pool game. To being at the under-16 girls tournament last week, for and against matters. Every win does too. Right across well. 28 out, 22 all. Takes a breath. The crowd's up, and he's kicked it. 24 points to 22. They were down 16-0 at half-time. Led 18-16. Wellington bounced back. So you see the crowd from the other games has just picked up. Kopua doesn't mind having a carry. Must protect the ball at all costs here. As they get driven back towards the touchline. And the Hooters about to go. One play, here it is. And it's high. I think that could be the ball game. The match official has the hooter in his hands. Right across well, finds touch. First job done. Must only be seconds. Walking to the ball. It's a carry through the 16. Trayvon Nui, and that's it. The last play, Cade Bridgman who sparked the comeback. Kicks it into touch. What a game. What an opening day we have had here in the under-16 Pool B play. Firstly, we had Akarana beating Auckland 36 points to 4 in a dominant display, but geez, they were sharp, Akarana. But this game here, Wellington going down 24 points to 22 to Mid-Central. Mid-Central down 16-0 at half-time. Got back to 18-16 lead. Then the Wellington Orcas bounced back with only 2 minutes remaining. We saw the Mid-Central Vipers crossing, tied up at 22-20, but right across well. The nerves, the calmness at 16 years of age, 28 out, right on the sideline, slots it, wins the game for his side. Mid-Central Vipers win 24 points to 22 over Wellington Orcas. What a day it's been. We've got 5 days of this, so strap in. We'll see you all tomorrow.
The threat, you better believe it, because here they come, here come the black jerseys.
Kiwi's looking expensive, and now Dylan Brown. Look at the result, yes!
Here's another try, and the Kiwi Birds go back to back.
G'day, Greg Murphy here, Putek Ambassador. Today I'm talking about safer driving, which is something Putek and I are extremely passionate about. With over 50 vehicles operating throughout New Zealand, Putek are committed to keeping their people and all other road users safer through greater driver education and awareness. Putek mobile service technicians are on the road 24/7, servicing their customers' hose and fittings requirements. And that's from the far north right down to the deep south of New Zealand. Putek are promoting a safe driving culture throughout their business, and this is something everyone should be thinking about.
This is some story right here. It's glorious. It's an absolute feast.
I've barely spoken. Your words have been so broken. I've been under your hypnosis. Why did I sip that potion? I'm so done with holy ghosting. My birth, it is an omen. Lay me down up in the ocean until you see no motion. Start at the bottom, already forgot it, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd, but still I just look around. Know you with me now, where you with me now?
I train to play.
And Sunnyville does it again.
The collisions, the pickets, I love it.
My teammates want me by their side, not on the sideline.
If I get injured, I can't play.
I want to play every game. The game doesn't start with a whistle.
It starts with warming up.
My body is the tool of my trade, so I look after it. We're going to show you how. ATC Sports Smart Warm-Up. Let's go.